Good evening. I'm back on Too Loco, formerly Too Loco Radio. We've changed the name due to the fact that everybody wants to be Too Loco, so it really works. Chrissy D is not going to be here for this show. The reason for it is she's sick of the dog. Simple as that. I am here in a fucking icebox. And when I tell you a fucking icebox, this shit is so fucking cold it's not funny. What happened is we have central heat and air. And out of the blue, it just stopped running. So here we are, we got some space heaters, which our landlord was kind enough, to give us and whatnot. He didn't have to. But being, he's a friend of mine. And whatnot, he did. Now, the thing is, they don't do shit. Anybody who's ever told you, space heaters are, a life send or a godsend does not live in our environment and has no fucking clue. It's fucking cold out. It is cold as a bitch out. And inside, back here, I feel like I'm in an ice box. I've got a jacket on, a hoodie on, and it doesn't help. Not at all. So as I'm here freezing, I'm going to do this show. The reason I'm going to do this show is because I didn't want to bring another replay, and I promised I'd be back on. I promised I'd be back on with this very funny up-and-coming comedian. However, our phone lines as well are down. I don't know why. They were working fine. In the middle of the other interview, they just decided to cut out. So whatever. It is whatever. The bullshit never ends. That's what my best friend would always say. In life, in life in general, you think you have shit rolling. You think you've got shit, where it's perfect. Yeah. That's your first problem. Or in my case, my first problem. Because this shit is far from perfect. Our audio, when it works, is fantastic. It will work 3-4 days in a row, and then for a day, for some odd reason, it's not working again. I don't know what it could be. In the next couple months, I'm going to, switch, equipment, see if that's the issue. I'm going to do everything possible to try to provide fantastic audio for, our, guests and whatnot, I consider friends. I consider, these are people just like us and shit happens. Sugar Lime Blue came on tonight, and even though we had some issues, we switched platform, which worked for a little bit, and it still came out to be a decent interview. Some things were fucked up, as things were off, but that will be fixed by next week. I guarantee that. As of next week, we are on Strip Club Choppers Radio. We will do them proud. We are surprised, how fast we're growing. We're at, just on this platform, just what normal people can see, 3,300 plays. Now, if people could see the whole story, we're way more than that. But we've got several different techniques we use to get our message out and to get our, as far as a radio show out. There are tons of ways to get, more plays and more things, but you got to go through, hurdles. But it doesn't seem like in life, you just got to, go through hurdles no matter what the fuck you do. I got to go through a hurdle because I got to, stay in this ice box, but it's not my landlord's fault. It's just shit happens. It's just been like one of them fucking days. It's like today's, my boy's, birthday and whatnot. And, or when we celebrate it because he's a leap year boy and, that's very rare. But, we were trying to get him, a gift, an extra gift and whatnot. And we were at Walmart, and he wanted this Lego set. It was Lego the movie set. And, the toy that he chose, was a really nice toy. The only issue with the Lego set was that the box was messed up. And what by I mean messed up, the fucking thing had a crack in the fucking middle of it. So I, figured, I'm at Walmart. I figured, okay, they're going to, give some kind of discount because the box is fucked up, right? This lady has a fucking nerve to tell me, okay, well, our policy states that you have to open up the box and you have to see if the things are actually messed up in order to get any kind of discount. And I'm thinking to myself, hello, if I did that when I'm on the telephone with people and said, well, you have to do it this way, that would be considered rude and poor customer service. I explained that to her. She didn't like that. She gave me an attitude, so I told her she can go fuck herself. Simple as that. She said, well, don't swear in my store. And I'm thinking to myself, last I checked, you're not the fucking store owner. Now are you? But, it's easy to fucking, get wrapped up in shit. But I don't like how people treat people nowadays. Back 10 years ago, there was such thing as customer service. Whatever happened, okay, yeah, the box is broken. As you can see, why would we have to open it? I mean, some people are like, well, it's no big deal. Just open the box and see if the Legos are all right there. But what if you open the box and see the Legos all right and then find out there was shit missing? They're not going to go through each individual piece. They're not going to waste their time. So my point is, I'm based on principle. And I'm like, well, you know what? This is just poor customer service. I could easily, took my business elsewhere, but we spend so much time already working, trying to get a bunch of things. It just wasn't worth it. Which I want to say thank you to Kim, who sent us some nice gift cards for my boy's birthday and everything. But the thing about it is, it's crazy. It's crazy. Customer service no longer gives a fuck. You tell them you're going to call district manager, they don't care. It's no big deal. I'm backed by a big company. Why would I care? Fuck, if the shoe were on the other side of the foot, I'd be like, yeah, ma'am, no problem. But she had to be the way that she got to be. Maybe she's having a bad day or whatever. But that just really pisses me off. The fact that I'm in an ice box right now, I'm not a happy camper. The fact that the audio messed up tonight, after it was working great, last two times, perfect. Tonight, before the show, perfect. During the show, let's just fuck up. That's just life, though. Life just sometimes throws you a curveball. And you wonder what the fuck is going on sometimes. You wonder, what can you do to, change things and, to make you feel more accurate with it at what we have to deal with. Because really, an average, everyday fucking person has to deal with, we're not big or high on the food chain. We're basically like we're in prison, but we don't have a barcode. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Every day our fucking freedoms are taken away and everything. And I'm not going to go off and bash the government and everything else like other people will. But what I will say is, people in general have to start giving a shit. Put down the medication or whatever the fuck you're on and start giving a shit again. Teach your children to give a shit again. Teach your friends to give a shit again. Because this whole not giving a shit, it's not working. It's not working in any way, shape, or form. It's not working in where, people are, about the real things in life, like values. Now it seems like it's all about value. Try to get somebody to, help you out and, work for you. They want an arm and a leg, and they want this, and they want that, but they haven't proved shit. You know, when you don't prove shit, why should I just give you? Because you want? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, I love social media. Don't get me wrong. Like Sugar Lime Blue was talking about, you know, the fact that you can relate to so many people and you can touch lives and you can get across the world, phenomenal. However, if the social internet's fucking keyboard chat is how we're going to learn how to talk to people now and how we're going to deal with issues now is... I'd hate to see what the future holds in store. I really would. You know, when they get rid of, you know, the stores and shit and everything's just done all online, it's just going to be a complete chaos. It's going to be a mess. Because if there's ever a real issue and somebody shuts down our power somehow, how fucking people going to deal? How are they going to handle things? How are they going to live their fucking life? I'd love to know that. I'd love for anybody to give me an answer saying how are fucking people going to deal when they're used to the fucking internet fucking age now, and if that source of power is cut one day. How are they going to deal with life? If for some reason you can't use your cell phones one day, or a week, or a month, how are you going to deal with it? If this is the way that that they're teaching, I blame everything. I'm not going to throw the blame at a certain entity. What I will say is I just blame everything because we're not doing the right thing. And I'll say myself included. You know, because nowadays everything is so fucking hectic and everything is, I choose to text people. I don't like texting, but that's what I have to do in order to talk to friends or whatever, or social media. And it sucks because really we should be able to pick up a phone and call our people. Really we should, be out and about doing things with people. Not, playing on the internet all day like we're fucking children. It's sad but fucking true. You know, like that Metallica song, sad but true. Yeah, I can't sing that. But, it's just getting crazy. It's just getting outlandish how we're allowing technology to over-circulate our minds. It's like, we're following, what is seen on the TV, the newspaper, or read in the newspaper, or what we see online, when half the stuff we see online are absolute garbage. Listen to your normal car station now. It's not like it used to be. The majority of stations are garbage. And it's not that they intended it to be, it's just they're allowed to only do certain things. And because they only allowed to do certain things and they're, monitored by this and that, they can't provide the great, outlets that they once could. The money's not there no more. The jobs are all, being outsourced or, being run by, different entities that choose, to control everything. Like it's a fucking monopoly. Like I'm fucking, sitting with, family or friends and just fucking playing a board game. That's what it feels like now. It feels like it's damn real. It feels like when you need help, everybody's like, all right, yeah, go fuck yourself. And it's just crazy. I don't know, maybe I'm just in a pissed off mood tonight, and maybe I'm not thinking clearly. Or maybe I am thinking clearly, and I actually see the big picture. The big picture is to keep everybody meditated, keep everybody held down, and don't give a fuck about each other, and let them all fight like fucking rats in a cage over money. Well, I've known many people who have came into tons of money. And I'll tell you honestly, when they say it won't buy you happiness, if you don't know what the fuck you're doing with it, and you don't know where your, value is with it, it's not going to make you happy. It's going to make you want more. You're going to crave more like a fucking drug and shit. And you're just going to crave it every day like I do for my nicotine. Which is funny because up north, nicotine is so fucking high. It's ridiculous. It's like, okay, they're saying, okay, well, you need to quit smoking. But they're not giving you something to quit. So now I think about, they got the new thing, the electronic cigarettes. And I'm like, well, yeah, it doesn't have, nicotine in it. Well, if it's ran so fucking cheap and they're making that cheap compared to cigarettes, it has to have some form of fucking chemical in it that's going to fuck with people even worse. Because if it didn't, they would not be giving this shit basically away or selling it dirt cheap. They wouldn't. It wouldn't make no fucking sense. There has to be a means to the end of something. If there's no means, then they're not going to do it. It's like everyone's like, okay, quit smoking. Quit smoking. Well, who the fuck is giving me something free to quit? Why is it if I go to, buy Nicorette, which does not work, or any other kind of fucking thing, right, that I have to spend all this money, and then they tween me down. But they still force you to pay all this money every fucking month. That's just like, the same amount of money you're spending on cigarettes to quit. So you're not saving any money. There's no advantage there. Are you saving your lungs? Maybe. But let's be honest. After a certain amount of years, I know as a singer, okay, all the hair inside, as far as the tissue in the lung and everything, it all, burns away. So after you've been smoking for 10, 15 years, you just don't have it there anymore. So you're not going to be able to sing like you did when you were 15, even if you quit today. You're not. It's not going to happen. You could get close one day, but it's not going to be the same. And I'm not telling people not to quit. What I am saying is if you are to quit, why aren't we giving things... If people care that much, okay, and if people care that much to make, they want you to quit, why aren't they giving you things to quit for free? Don't they care about your health? Don't they care about your well-being? Don't they care about anything that... No, they don't. They can give a fuck less. That's why I'm saying you have to watch yourself with these fucking electronic cigarettes because I don't believe that they're healthy in any way, shape. They can't be. You're not going to get it that cheap for no reason. And I'm not saying the government's behind that. I'm just saying that somebody knows something somewhere that ain't telling us. Just like they didn't tell you that, smoking was bad to your health until a bunch of people sued, and then they fucking said something. Well, it's nice after all these people died, you're going to choose to say something now. It's kind of like when a kid is dysfunctional and grows up, alone or whatever, has no friends, and, by themselves all the time, has no family guidance and shit, and grows up, and then becomes a psycho. Then there's a problem. Well, what happened when the kid was a kid? Did y'all forget? Did y'all not try to help? Did y'all not care? Now all of a sudden you're going to cry, I call bullshit. Somebody knew something was going on and were too scared to say something. And because they were too scared to say something, in other words, too scared to say something, now that the person is going on a rampage, now it's a fucking problem. It was a problem to begin with. You just didn't give a fuck. So, anyway, as you can see, this is going to be a great fucking night. And I'd say there would be somebody to, co-host with me, but there's no one there. So, I'm going to have to do it my damn self. I will say this. We are very proud to every subscriber we get. As of Monday, please go to stripclubchoppersradio.com, and in the middle there is the link for the radio show. Also, you can go on the Spreaker and, just look up 2 Loco, 2, the number 2, LOCO, and we're right there. We decided to take off the experience and, take off everything else, just call it 2 Loco. Because at the end of the day, who doesn't want to be 2 Loco? In this world, aren't we all 2 Loco? Nobody can decide things anymore. It's crazy. It's like, I'm not normally going to go into politics, but I'll go into politics briefly. I will say that both sides cannot get along worth a damn. They're not trying to get along worth a damn. It's like they don't want to get along worth a damn. They're so stubborn in their ways that they're not going to budge either way, but ultimately every little person suffers. Ain't that fucked up? It's like they went from, one party, that hasn't been there in a while, says the other party are like dragons or, just satanic things. Okay? So now you went from that to, based on what the other party is saying, okay, yeah, they're a unicorn, but they're fucking clueless. So now you've got, basically, on both sides, you got the blind leading the fucking blind. Metaphorically speaking. Doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes you think if they're really fighting each other or if they're actually on the same side and just playing it off. But that's all I'm going to say about that fucking subject. I ain't going to dwell more deeper than that. I will say that it's looking fucked up pretty much now. People ask me all the time. They're like, Ray, what do you think? You ask people on this show all the time, do you think the world's, going to see change or it's going into hell in a handbag? And I'm like, honestly, we're already in hell. And the reason we're already in hell is, as a normal person, once you fuck up your credit, you're pretty much done. Once you get that one felony, you're pretty much done. I mean, as fucked up as it sounds, okay, because it's so easy, originally, to have credit. But once you fuck it up, it's a motherfucker to try to rebuild it. And I'm sure if I had, a caller right now, they would give me, and they'd be like, amen, brother. Same time, why, fucking why is nobody in these schools, in these jobs, in these, colleges, in all these different places, in the churches, just in general, why are these people not telling people that once you get a felony, you're done? I have said this forever. I want to see a music star, frankly, come out, even if it's against the grain, and say, hey, if you get a felony, you're not working for the fucking government unless you're so fucking talented that they can't refuse. You're not working for the state. You're not working for the city. You're not working here, and you're not working there. You don't hear it. Why don't you hear it? Simple. These colleges and these tech schools are all about fucking money. They won't tell you, okay, well, you've got, a smudge on your record. Even though you go to school, when you get out, you're not getting shit. Because they all background check. Why not? Because it's all about money. They'll guarantee you, not in writing, but face to face, we have placement of over 92% or 94%, whatever the bullshit is, and they'll guarantee that you'll get a job. Now you graduate, you'll be working in a fucking cheese factory, unless you know somebody. Because in this day and age, it is not about what you know, it's about who you know. You can know nothing about a career, but as long as you have somebody to train you, they will pay you and they will train you because you're cheaper than somebody who graduated. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is that you go to school for all them fucking years and then you get out and you're like, okay, now give me what's rightfully mine because I worked my tail off to get there. And the jobs say, I'm sorry, we like your qualifications and we like your skills, but unfortunately we've chosen another candidate. When in reality they're just saying, yeah, my cousin called and hey, they needed a job. So fuck you. But I mean, that is just where we're at in this day and age. It makes no fucking sense no more. It makes no sense that people just don't give a shit no more. It's like the value is gone. The values of being a person and being an individual are gone because we chose to make it this way. We chose to add rules every time we disagree. Instead of trying to find a happy medium, we chose to add rules. Well, I don't like this person on my lawn, so now let's cut this line on the lawn. Okay, now if you go over to this side of the lawn, I'm going to sue your ass. So now, after enough people have said that, now literally, if somebody don't like something on your lawn, there's somebody in the city official that comes by and could tell you, even though you own your own fucking house, that you need to take that off your lawn and put it somewhere else. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is it that you bust your tail in your position every day and that motherfucker who don't do shit because they kiss up to the boss gets a promotion faster than you? How fucked up is that? How fucked up is it that you bust your tail, go to school all the time, and because you don't know nobody, you get fucked? How fucked up is that? How fucked up is it that we have kids, fucking kids, making other kids that have no idea what it is to raise a family as far as a baby, have no idea how to handle it, but nobody's telling them, hey, don't do that. What happened? What happened in life that we just decided somewhere along the line that fuck it? That's the motto we'll take. Fuck it. When shit hits the fan, fuck it. If I'm mad at you, fuck it, I'll sue. If you were mad at you, fuck it, let's make a new rule. See, I have a million rules I'd like added. You know, I'd like to see a lot of things done. But here's the problem. It's never good enough. If you take... I really can't stand people texting while driving. Can't stand it. But If I go and say, okay, well, I don't want this person, I want a law against people texting while driving. Somebody else says, well, since they got the law passed for the texting while driving, okay, now I want a law for people playing music in their car. So now there's no music in their car. The next person goes, well, you know what? It's really annoying me that that these people have heat and I don't in my car. So I want a law that says you can only have your heat on a certain time in your car. So they make that law. Now you have somebody, it says same thing with the AC. And I know how stupid this sounds, but this is how stupid we're getting. Where we're allowing this shit to go on without people saying something. Without people saying, hey, I've had enough. Hey, you're not going to do that. I will go like I did tonight. I will stand in front of everybody else and say, no, I'm not going to tolerate that. No, I'm not going to take the fact that you're a manager and you're going to reevaluate what is common practice. If something's broken, it's broken. If a box is broken, then it's defective. I didn't sit there and, play with the box to break it. It's already broken. If the record don't work, throwing it in a different record player isn't going to make it work. The point I'm trying to make is, why have we become this way? What made us become this way that people, that we no longer give a fuck? We no longer give a shit. Okay, if life's fucked up, alright, let's go get drunk, let's get high. And you know what? I'm a victim of that. I am one that, when my life is shitty, I'll go out to the bar. No problem. And I'll smoke some from time to time. And for this show, I'll say cigarettes. Prove otherwise. And, and we'll forget. But this instant gratification that works at the time, all it does down the line is fuck us up. Because now we're codependent on what they want us to be codependent on, so we can't see that what they're doing. You have these people that have no right being in position, none at all, running shit. Why? Because the people that are good fucking people that know what the fuck they're doing are getting fucked over every single fucking day. That's why you go into Dunkin' Donuts and you go to drive-thru and you order the coffee that a normal person should know how to make, and they're hiring people that have no fucking idea how to make coffee. That's why you go into a business and they're hiring these managers that have no fucking clue how to manage. We are this superpower to the rest of the world. But we keep fucking up. We're not going to be. It's only a matter of time before we're not. Because of our own fuck-ups. Not anybody else's. See, at the end of the day, the government, the unions, the corporate, or whatever, they're still just fucking people. Like KRS One said, people overrunning fucking people. Nothing more, nothing less. Just people. Not to preach, but God said we were all created in His image. If that is the case, then that motherfucker over there and that motherfucker over there is no better than me, regardless of their title. So I should be treated with the exact same respect. I'm not. You're not. We're told, this is the land of opportunity. This is the land of the free. You tell me what the fuck is free. If they could find a way to fucking tax us to walk down the street, they would have already done it. They don't give a fuck about you and me. And I know you're wondering, who is the they? The ones we allow to run our lives. And I'm not speaking one entity. I'm saying in general, the ones that we are allowing to tolerate the bullshit. Every time we walk away and we allow them to do what they do, they take advantage of us. It's just like somebody being raped. We are raped of our pride. We are raped of our dignity because of the laws or procedures or policies they have in place that they add on this and they add on that, so they screw us. Nothing more, nothing less. The average fucking American gets screwed every day, and that's without Vasa fucking lean. I just get tired of it. I just get tired of, just being the lowest on the food chain when there's no reason for it. Now, I know, we only run a show. We can't do much. We can reach a few people. Who could tell a few more people? Who can reach over to 100 more people? Who can text to 100 more people? Who could voicemail another 200 people? Who could Facebook 3,000? Who could Twitter 8,000? You understand what I'm saying? That's the point I'm trying to make. We are someone. We need to use this technology that we have and fight back, but in a way that makes sense. Forums don't make sense. If you're going to complain to a company through a forum, you're wasting your time. If you can't speak to somebody high up, then it's a waste of time. But when we allow these people to treat us like absolute garbage day in and day out and say that's tolerable, they're going to continue to do that. Think about it. They will fucking continue to do that. It's just like a child. Okay, if a child were to light a fire and you said nothing about it, they'll think it's okay to light a fire. So if a manager says, okay, it's all right for me to throw these policies and procedures on it, and you're figuring, okay, well, it's a part of the rules. It's okay. It's not a fucking K. If I go to a fucking repair shop to fix my car, and they say my car is fixed, I drive 2 blocks down the road and the motherfucker breaks down for the exact same reason, it's not okay. It's not a technicality. It's you didn't do your fucking job. You didn't give a shit. You didn't care. You threw people on the back end. It's not okay. Now, I do realize that the way we handle things are wrong. Me telling her, to go fuck herself and some other words was wrong. I understand that. However, in the heat of the moment, you lose yourself sometimes, and you're wondering, nothing because you're just so pissed. But we allow ourselves to be pissed. We allow ourselves to be run over. We allow ourselves to be talked the way that we're talked. We allow ourselves for them to overthink us. Because they are the ass kissers, meaning they are paying more attention in certain areas. So they can twist things more than what you would know. When in reality, how do you know these are the policies of someplace? How do you know? Because they told you? Because their manager told you? How do you know? Because they added it to a website? How do you know? That's what I'm saying. Anybody can say anything just to get you out of their fucking hair nowadays, and we allow it. If you order a burger with pickles and ketchup, and you get one with mustard and mayo, and you say that's fine, and the next customer says it's fine, and the one after that says it's fine, guess what? Ain't gonna be a change. You're gonna have the same fucking person that don't know how to make fucking burgers keep on making burgers. That's great for them. They still got a job. But it's fucking everybody. Ultimately, it's fucking the business. The reason it's fucking the business is because if you have a bunch of people that just don't give a fuck, just don't care, running your shit, and you have your competitor with people that do give a shit, busting their ass, eventually, not right away, but eventually you'll lose a lot of your business. Not all of it, because a lot of us are in poverty. A lot of us are unemployed. A lot of us are, stuck doing fucking not the job they want to do because you're forced to do another job or you can't pay bills. It's like a fucking vicious circle. We're running around a fucking maze. We're like in a fucking maze with our fucking head chopped off. It's like we're not being taught right. We're not being taught business. It's like the thing that I never understood about school. And I'm sure those, that graduated or are going through school are, going to agree with this. Why is it in school are you taught all these grades? I mean, all these things as far as like your history, your science, your math. Facts, they're wonderful. However, why are they not taking time every day to tell you things that truly matter? Like ways not to fuck up your credit. Because you're done. Ways to fucking stay out of fucking jail. Ways to not get wrapped up on this fucking medication or whatever. Because the ones breathing down their neck won't allow it. The ones breathing down their neck, I've seen it. I've seen during our fucking, during a fucking conversation with the fucking teachers. For the other one in the office, and this is a true story. The other one was in the office talking to the state or talking to the boss or whoever it was. And they literally had to try to find a runaround because every time they turned around, the fucking budget got cut. But what is the budget getting cut for? Where is our tax dollars really going? Why are we not allowed to have our own money and then on top of that taxed with new taxes every year? Why? The way I look at it, in another 30 years, will there be a retirement? And up till the point that it hits their pocket, will anybody fucking care? Because I know I care. I know if there's no fucking Social Security, for the youth of this world, I care. I know if the person that has fucking 8 kids, if they can't get their fucking, money, I care. Because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to have hardly anything for your family. I know what it's like to be talked on and walked upon because you grew up in an environment that you didn't choose to grow up in, and you were forced to, and you had to do what you had to do. These people running things need to go in that environment. They need to spend a fucking day in that spend a fucking weekend in that environment. Watch how quick their attitude changes. Watch how quick they get off their high horse and they're like, what the fuck? What do you mean they won't help us? Watch how quick they change when their fucking accounts freeze. When they don't have the security that they're used to. Like we have to deal with every day. Because it's pretty fucked up when you have to cut on a bill in order to go out somewhere because you don't have a choice in the matter. Otherwise, you're going to go insane from working so many fucking hours and going to a fucking hospital. It's pretty fucked up when you got to do a payday fucking loan or one of them fucking crazy-ass loans with fucking high-ass interest. And you're forever stuck in this fucking hole because you had to do it in order to have fucking food on the table. And now you got to pay them every fucking month forever or you'll go to jail. Where's your help? Where's all this help that other people are getting? Why can't I get it? If we are all created equal, why am I not allowed the same fucking benefits, the same fucking availability, the same grants, the same loans as any other motherfucker out there? Is there not something that states, hey, I was born here. Hey, I was raised here. Hey, I grew up here. Hey, I have the values of the United States. Hey, that I care about this place, and I care about the people, and I care about what's going on. Why am I not entitled to the same shit that people that just come here are? Why am I not entitled to the resources that are sitting there that no one's using or are used on stupidity shit that no one needs? Why is my vote not fucking counting? And I'm not even saying during the elections. I'm saying in general. With the unions, with the corporations, with, just in general. Why does it not fucking count? Why is, if people are willing to take a pay cut at a fucking factory, 2, 3, 4 fucking 100 motherfuckers of them willing to take the pay cut in order for this factory to stay the fuck open, do you still shut it fucking down? Why? There is no answers. They have no answers. No answers at all. Because they want to do what they want to do, how they want to do it, and if you don't like it, fuck you. It ain't right. It ain't fair. It ain't right that us normal, everyday fucking people are shit on every fucking day. It's not right. And I know some people are like, okay, well, he's dragging on and on about, what ain't right and, come up with the, a way to fix it. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer because there just isn't an answer. That's easy. It's just like people that are, unhappy in relationships, which is not my case. But for those who are, there's so many variables to things. People are like, well, if you were to cheat, you're the bad person. Just leave. Well, what if this person has kids and you just leave it and now the kid never has a fucking mother or a father or whatever? Does that not come in an equation? Does that not matter? Do these kids not matter? People think by chance you're going to find the right person, and everybody's going to find the right person. That's why there's so many fucking divorces, because everybody finds the right fucking person. Sure. There is no simple answer to things in life, but we have to find one anyway. We don't do this show to give you answers on things. We do this show so you have the wisdom to figure shit out yourself and figure, hey, this shit isn't working. What can I do as a person? And what can my people, that I hang with and I work with and, that actually give a fuck do to make a difference? Do you? Don't tolerate shit you feel that's unfair unless you're being unruly. Don't tolerate fucking policies just because they're fucking put into place because they're too lazy to fucking work with people. That's why when you press 0, you don't get a fucking operator, you get a fucking automated motherfucking machine. And you gotta press a million buttons to get where you gotta originally wanted to get, because we allowed it to be that way. We allow these people to run our lives and take control of us, whether we realize it or not. We allow it. It's fucked up as it is. We allow it. They give us fake sympathy. We give them, it's okay. It's not all fucking okay. It's not okay that these kids aren't being fucking raised right. It's not okay that the ones that shouldn't have shit run shit, and the ones that bust their tail off are pissed on. It's not okay. Just do you. Stand your fucking ground and do you. No matter the outcome, no matter the result, stand your fucking ground and do you. And stick for what you believe in and what you were taught. As long as you were raised with some fucking values, as long as you were taught when you were young by the right people, stand your fucking ground and don't let any motherfucker tell you otherwise, because they ain't no better than you, because in God's eyes we were fucking created all equal. This is Ray Ray. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Join us tomorrow. Peace.